Hello everyone, my name is Zhou Ping. Today it's honor to speak here introduction of the company IOAKD and the rest of philosophy of the presentation. Our group member is have the Yang Kaidi, Wang Shiqing, An Jiangyu, and Muhammad Ali Hassani. Okay, now presentation start. Next.
Hello everyone, welcome to our video. Today we would like to introduce the two philosophers. First one we will talk about the Al-Kindi, and the second one we will talk about Aristotle. So I will do the Al-Kindi introduction. Al-Kindi was the first Muslim philosopher. Until today, he may be considered a bridge between Greek philosophers and Islamic philosophy. The study of the philosophy in the 2nd and 8th centuries was in the hands of Syrian Christians, who are mainly physicians. So, with the Caliph's encouragement, they began translating Greek works into Arabic. As the first Arabic Muslims to study science and philosophy, Al-Kindi is rightly called the philosopher of the Arabs. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my part is the introduction to Aristotle, so let's get started. Aristotle, an ancient Greek philosopher and polymath, was born in 384 BC. He extensively studied natural science, philosophy, economics, political science, psychology, among other disciplines. At the tender age of 13, Aristotle tragically lost his parents and was subsequently taken care of by his guardians until he turned 17. It was at this point that the embarked on his academic journey by enrolling in Plato's academy. Throughout his lifetime, Aristotle left behind numerous papers and manuscripts. However, only a fraction of his original work has survived to this day. Nevertheless, this does not diminish the profound impact and contributions that Aristotle made to modern science and philosophy. The study of metaphysics, also known as first philosophy, according to Aristotle, encompasses the exploration of nature and human existence, aiming to understand our essence and purpose. It involves the pursuit of knowledge ranging from comprehending the entire universe to unraveling in the intricacies of the human mind. The definition given by Aristotle for syllogism is a discourse wherein a concrete thing is postulated, distinct from the assumed inevitable consequence due to their inherent dissimilarity. The fields of metaphysics and syllogism merely constitute a fraction of Aristotle's extensive body of work. Meticulous study due to its vast breadth and intricate complexity. So that's all for my part. Thank you. The study of metaphysics, also known as first philosophy, according to Aristotle, encompasses the exploration of nature and human existence, aiming to understand our essence and purpose. It involves the pursuit of knowledge ranging from comprehending the entire universe to unraveling in the intricacies of the human mind. The definition given by Aristotle for syllogism is a discourse wherein a concrete thing is postulated, distinct from the assumed inevitable consequence due to their inherent dissimilarity. The fields of metaphysics and syllogism merely constitute a fraction of Aristotle's extensive body of work. Meticulous study due to its vast breadth and intricate complexity. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Okay, now let's do a comparison between Al-Kindi and Aristotle philosophy. Now, for this case, we will pick a specific branch of philosophy that we could compare. And that specific branch of philosophy is going to be about metaphysics. Now, what is metaphysics? Metaphysics comes from a Greek word meta, meaning beyond, and physics, meaning nature. It was originally used by Aristotle to refer to the study of things that exist beyond the physical world. Metaphysics is the study of reality and existence. It studies what we are and what our purpose is. Aristotle formally explored fundamental questions of metaphysics with topics about being, first causes, and change. Now, according to Aristotle, metaphysics is about understanding our world and ourselves, not just abstract ideas, but things we experience daily. Aristotle defines it as studying existence itself, focusing on how we use the word quote unquote be. It explores the essential nature of things, like when we describe a person as good or tall, capturing what makes them who they are, or what we call substance. Okay, now let's answer one of the fundamental questions of metaphysics with topics about first causes. And that question would be, how was the universe created? Who created the universe? Who was the first, basically? So Aristotle argues that teleological explanations cannot go on forever. We cannot have an infinite regress. If something happens because of something else, and that thing happens because of another thing, there must be a final reason or cause. Aristotle calls it as the primer mover, kind of like a main reason. Now, what is a prime mover? Now, the prime mover did not create the universe or has no special concern for human beings. And the primer mover is more of a metaphysical necessity than a proper object of worship. Its main purpose is just to contemplate, think deeply. That is according to Aristotle. Now, what about Al-Kindi? Now, Al-Kindi strongly disagrees with the thought that the world has always been here. He says it must have started somehow, and God made it happen. He uses careful reasoning to show that the world couldn't create itself and that there must be something outside it causing everything. Now, Al-Kindi's arguments goes like this. Something can cause its own essence to come into being. It has to come from either something or nothing. Now, the four possibilities. Now, he created four possibilities. And the first one is something that doesn't exist and its essence doesn't exist. The first one is impossible because it's nothing. Nothing can cause its own essence. Number two, something that doesn't exist but its essence exists. Well, it's also impossible because Al-Kindi argues using the law of identity. If something doesn't exist but the essence does, then its essence would be different from the living itself. And number three, something that exists but its essence doesn't exist, also impossible for the same reason using the law of identity. And the right one would be something that exists and its essence exists. Now that we know both perspective about metaphysics, now let's do a comparison. Now, the similarities between Aristotle and Al-Kindi is that they say there must be one main reason or cause for everything. Aristotle calls it the primer mover, and Al-Kindi refers it to as a god. And the first difference is that Aristotle thinks of the main reason, the primer mover, as more of a deep thinker with no interest in creating the universe or caring about people. On the other hand, Al-Kindi sees God as the main reason who intentionally made the world happen, caring about his existence. Number two is that Aristotle says the main reason the primer mover likes to contemplate and think deeply. And Al-Kindi doesn't explicitly talks about God's purpose in this text, but focuses on God as the creator of the world. And last but not least, Aristotle believes that the primer mover didn't create the universe, and Al-Kindi believes that God created the world, rejecting the idea that it always existed. Now, in short, Aristotle and Al-Kindi both talk about one main reason for everything, but they differ in how they see the reason. Aristotle prime mover as a thinker, and Al-Kindi's God as a purposeful creator.
Hi, my name is Jiayu. Today I will describe to you about Al-Kindi and Aristotle's philosophy. Al-Kindi's philosophical activity is written about the translation movement. His own writings might be sort of a suggested public relation campaign intended to display and advertise the value of Greek thought for contemporary 9th century Muslim aesthetics. Aristotle's works shaped countries of philosophy from late antiquity through a Renaissance. His extant writings span a wide range of disciplines from logic, metaphysics, and the philosophy of mind, through ethics, political theory, aesthetics, and rhetoric, and into such primary non-philosophical fields as empirical biology.
Okay, last one for me. My part is the conclusion. Okay, this is my our group is the last one. Okay, Al-Kindi is under the influence of the Islamic philosophy was deployed influence by the Aristotle works. His thought to the reclinical Aristotle's philosophy with the Islam thought. Translating many of the Aristotle's works into the Arabic, Al-Kindi admired Aristotle's emphasis on the reasons Islamic and teachings contributing to the development of the philosophy in the Islamic world. While he is respected Aristotle, Al-Kindi also incorporated his Neoplatonic ideas into his philosophy, blending different of the philosophic tradition to the create his own unique. Okay, that's all for me. That's our the growth finisher. Thank you very much.